Welcome to another episode of Casual Cinephilia, where enthusiastic amateurs talk very passionately about movies. I'm Ian.
I'm Lorian, and today we are talking about Disney Plus's Muppets Haunted Mansion.
This movie was interesting.
Listen, this was the dumbest thing I've seen, and I loved it. This was a classic, 1970s Muppet Show style Muppets special.
Yes. Every little bit of it was amazing.
Spoilers.
Oh yeah, we're going to be spoiling a 60-minute...
It's less than, I think it's like 54 minutes. It's
Yeah.
less than an hour. It's on Disney Plus. Go watch it if you like the Muppets or Haunted Mansion, especially if you like both.
Yes. I thought this was just a quirky, bizarre, high budget, low budget
Yes.
masterpiece.
Yes.
It was amazing.
It was like the most Muppet thing we've seen in years.
Yeah, more Muppet than the Muppet movies that have come out recently.
Which I loved, but yeah, this had much more a classic Muppet vibe.
Yeah.
Maya, you must stop trying to consume the chair I'm sitting on.
Oh, Maya. But it's so tasty.
Dog is trying to eat the chair out from under me.
She's
She's a menace.
What a menace. I thought it was really interesting. I don't know. It took me a second to get used to not having Rizzo there.
Sure,
And it
sure.
being
It
Pepe.
felt like a Christmas Carol to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was expecting Rizzo to show up at any moment. But
The rats didn't really make an appearance, did they?
no, there was
There were two
one or
in like
two.
the ballroom scene or something.
Yeah.
So
But that
this
was about it.
special goes through the Disney Land World ride, the Haunted Mansion with Muppets. It's really not complicated.
And it's actually quite authentic to the ride too.
Yes. Yeah.
There's literally a point where I totally blank on their names.
Statler and Waldorf.
Stetler and Waldorf get a little too
I
excited
think so.
and stand up in their doom buggy, and the whole movie comes to a screeching halt in the voice of ladies and ghouls, please remain seated. And it does
In
the
your
whole
dune
thing.
buggy.
In your doom buggy. And literally everyone just stops and waits until the ride catches back, starts again. And it's just such a funny little moment. And if you've ever been on Haunted Mansion, that happens every single time
yeah.
you go on there. You can't go on that ride without it stopping and that voice telling you to please remain in your doom buggy. It's very particular.
Yes. This is a movie made for a very specific group of people who love the Muppets and who love the Disney ride, The Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
I think both of us happen to fit into that category.
Mm-hmm.
But what a strange idea for a special.
Yeah. I get it because it's Halloween.
I get it because it's stuff I like.
Yes.
But also...
Playing devil's advocate.
Sure.
I also get it because we're October.
Yeah,
It's the month of Halloween.
Yeah. And it's not like you wouldn't get the special if you didn't know the ride or the characters.
No.
It'd be fine.
You would...
Miss out on a lot of jokes.
A lot of jokes.
But...
And also kind of slight intricacies of the quote-unquote plot. But...
Right.
If you could call it that. But, I mean... It was just fun. The dog is digging up the couch again. Squirt bottle.
It was fun.
I only knew about half of the cameos.
Sure.
I didn't recognize Pat Sajak. He was one of the statue busts, I guess. But I think the best cameo in it was definitely Bunsen and Beaker, who just flat out they go, "Oh wait, this is our cameo.
Have a bigger cameo.
Yeah, I thought we'd have a bigger cameo, and that's their entire
Oh no, they also blame the budget for it.
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, is this all of our cameos? Like, yeah, budget.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because Bunsen and Beaker are my favorite Muppets.
They're pretty good.
For sure.
Favorite Muppets. That's such a tricky one.
Yeah. Can you put your finger on your favorite, or do you have like a top 3?
Probably. I've had a lot of different favorite Muppets. I used to like Fozzie best, and then Rolf best.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe Gonzo. Gonzo's a sort of perennial good Muppet.
Yeah.
He's got his moments. I don't know. I like all of them.
I think Bunsen and Beaker
They're
and
good.
Sweetums.
Yeah, Sweetums good. I like
is-
Uncle Deadly. I don't think he'd be like a favorite Muppet contender, but every time I see him in something, I'm like, yes, good.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, let's get into the plot. So, they don't really go into any backstory. You just kind of...
Yeah, they rely on your knowledge of the Muppets to fill in any vague backstory you might need.
But Gonzo's been invited to the Haunted Mansion for the survival challenge.
Yes.
And if he survives the night...
Well, it's on the anniversary, the 100th year anniversary
right.
of the disappearance of his favorite magician, the Great MacGuffin.
What was the name of his red herring? It was like... It was French.
Yeah, it was.
Oh my gosh. I would look it up, but there's so many voice actors in
It
this.
was like, I had it and then I lost it. Gosh. John Stamos' character name is Famous Person on IMDb.
Juan Stamos. Was it? No, it's Juan Stamosa. Close enough. Juan Stamosa.
Yeah, I can't find it. I don't know.
But yeah.
It's the Great MacGuffin with his red herring, which is
Yeah.
a red herring that sits in his pocket. It's a great character name since he's absolutely unimportant to the plot.
Entirely unimportant.
I mean, he is our ghost host, which is immediately obvious as soon as he opens the door, if you're an adult who's familiar with the way films go. And then confirmed shortly thereafter with a poster.
Yes.
But other than that, the fact that he is both means nothing.
Exactly. This movie also had some decent jump scares.
Yeah, it did. The John Stamos one comes to mind.
Yeah. And one moment in particular that was one of the creepiest things that I've seen Muppets go to. Like they went
The Gonzo.
the old like the
aging
aging
thing.
Gonzo thing.
I
And like
loved that decrepit Gonzo.
that was
It was very
great.
creepy,
Yeah.
but I was like, yes, Muppets,
Like
do the dark thing.
that went borderline like Brian Henson, like Dark Crystal levels of
Right.
like ugh. But like it was good.
Yeah.
No, you're bringing up John Stamos. That jump scare, like I don't know if I just wasn't fully awake because I watched it Saturday morning,
Sure.
and I was just kind of watching it. It's like, oh, John Stamos,
You're like, "Ah!"
and then it's like, oh god. Oh man, what was your favorite cameo?
I mean, I like Darren Criss already.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him as Hedwig in Hedwig and the Angry Inch. And he's a real weird choice for something like this, because I don't feel like he's... I mean, he was in Glee, but I don't feel like he's got that much mainstream awareness, I guess, you know? But I enjoyed him. They're just so... I mean, there are just so many, though.
Yeah, I think. Now I did say Bunsen and Beaker were my favorite,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
non-Muppet cameos. I think mine was Danny Trejo.
Yeah, Danny Trejo's always good. I mean, he's been in the Muppets before.
Yeah.
He's always a prisoner.
Yeah.
in the Muppets.
I love that at the end when when he's made it out, he's about to leave, and they're like, take me with you, do this, dance with me, sing with me. He's just like, bring me a taco. like, oh, okay. Bring me tacos. I love Danny Trejo.
Yeah, he's good.
He's one of those people that his genuine life story could be made into a film and people would think it's made up.
Sure.
Like, I don't know. He's just such a good guy that has had such a crazy life.
Yeah.
And is now, like, his whole thing is, like, he wants to play bad guys.
Right.
And have his character die. So that people know that crime doesn't pay.
Sure.
Like, bad things happen to bad people. Like, and that's his mission in life, is to play a bad person that dies. And I think
he's 2 for 2 in Muppet movies so far.
I think he's up there with Sean Bean as one of the most killed actors of all time.
That would make sense.
Like, he dies in almost all of his films.
Did he die in Spy Kids?
Well, so...
I don't remember those movies, at all.
Would you like to have your mind fucking blown?
Yep.
He is not a villain in that movie. Because canonically, those movies are written and directed by Rodriguez. I'm totally blanking on his name.
This is your fact.
Robert Rodriguez, who also wrote and directed Machete.
Yes, I did know this.
His name is Uncle Machete.
Yes,
That's the
it's
same character. So he is a hero in that
Okay.
one. He's a good guy. And so he survives. It's when he plays bad guys that he requests that he dies.
Gosh.
That's one of my favorite movie facts, is that canonically, Machete and Spy Kids are in the same universe.
God.
It's so dumb, and I love it. No wonder you're sneezing a lot. Quit licking the lint down there. You lint licker. Cootie queen.
Oh, Maya. You're a rascal.
What a rascal. So, I had an issue with this movie when I first started watching it.
Okay.
And then I realized it was a stylistic choice.
Okay.
And I accepted it. And then I grew to enjoy it by the end. It is very clearly filmed on a green screen.
Sure.
Like, 99% of it is green screen.
Yeah.
And one, I think they filmed this all during COVID, which makes sense. Why they couldn't, do big production
But
and stuff
also, lots and lots of the Muppets are filmed on green screen for practical reasons.
Yes.
Like
I do.
removing the human beings with the hands up the asses of the characters.
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're breaking my immersion.
Removing Kermit's mobility aids.
That was something that was actually kind of striking. In the scene where the widow was sitting with Pepe, feeding him the spider grapes, you could clearly see his movement aid on one of his hands.
Yeah, they don't always take the wires, especially the arm rods. You can see a lot of arm rods.
Yeah. But for some reason, I don't know why, it just stuck out like a sore thumb to me. It's like, usually, like, when they are visible, they're usually not as noticeable.
Sure. Oh, Maya. You bumped your noggin.
Oh. But I don't know why. It was just so like, oh, that is a movement rod.
Right.
But otherwise, other than that, I love the puppeteering in this. Like, it was just such high quality puppeteering. It was such a little detail, but when he was on the video call with Kermit, when Gonzo was on the video call with Kermit, and he was dressed up like Miss Piggy, which that whole scene was like, I know people in that kind of relationship.
Yep.
But that whole time, Kermit talked like his nose was covered. It's just like such a little detail that didn't need to be done.
Right.
But it just makes your suspension of disbelief gets held so strongly in Muppet movies. Like, you can just accept Muppet movies so easily by just the little details that they put into these movies. It's just so impressive to me.
Yep.
We've got new microphones. I hope it sounds better.
Hopefully.
Our wonderful 100th episode, which was supposed to be a glorious thing. One of my mics died in between my sound check and actual recording. And so my mic just sounds like crap. And it makes me feel so bad. And
it's very tragic.
It's hard to re-record a 2.5 hour.
Yeah, we're not going to re-record that. But we do have a plan to make the next time better.
Yeah. New mics!
More money.
More money. Oh, man. Speaking of, if you'd like to support us, you can visit us at patreon.com/casualcinephilia. Sorry, I got to put my grease in my hair on that one. Got to get greasy. But yeah, back to the Muppets. This was just such good fun. Mm-hmm. And I think we needed that.
Definitely. This was timely. This was all ages. I mean, if you had a very small child, they might be scared by some of the jump scares, but I feel like the rest of it is so silly, it might... You know, I mean, watch it first if your kid is really young or real sensitive to jump scares. But generally speaking, I think this was a fairly all ages will enjoy kind of situation.
Definitely. And, like, even the quote-unquote scary characters, like the skeletons that did the dun-dun-dun were handled so comedically.
They're silly.
Silly
scary.
Yeah, it's silly scary. It's just so good.
It's about the level of scary as the Haunted Mansion ride in Disney. Disneyland. I haven't been on the Disney World one because I am poor.
Is it different?
Yes, slightly. There are some extra scenes and stuff.
Gotcha. Okay.
But once again, I reiterate, I haven't been on it, so...
Fair enough.
From what I've seen online, it is different.
Oh, man.
The outside design of the mansion is different too, and this mansion is neither of them, but it is shockingly similar to some early concept art for the original Haunted Mansion, and that just made me so happy. I was like, where have I seen that mansion before? And started like deep diving, and I dug up a sketch, one of the original concept sketches of Haunted Mansion, and it's clearly based off of that. And that's delightful.
That's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because it looked familiar enough to me. I was like, oh yeah, that's a Haunted Mansion. But like, now that you say it, it doesn't look like the one I've been to.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. We'll post it on the Patreon so you guys can see it.
Yeah.
It's just super fun. Yeah, that's the Disneyland one.
Yeah, that's the one I recognize. The Southern Plantation.
They were originally thinking, when they were planning out the Haunted Mansion, because it was one of the things that Walt wanted originally, but it was supposed to be like a walk-through haunted house ride.
Yeah.
It was going to be off a like winding lane off Main Street.
Oh.
So like more of a Midwest America kind of a setup.
Kind of
but then they developed
Victorian,
New Orleans Square, and we're like, let's put it over there. And of course the ironwork and plantation house that it's based off of is a better look for that area.
Yeah. Well, no, nothing says horror like Southern Plantation. So.
Truly. But this mansion is based off of some original design sketches for the early conceptual stuff.
That is
which is fun.
Fascinating.
I mean, I assume. You can look at the pictures. It looks like it is to me.
It looks identical.
It feels
to me, yeah.
unlikely that it's a coincidence.
Is the I know you've just clearly said it twice that you've never been.
Yes.
But is the mansion...
I do watch a lot of theme park vlogs, though.
Is the Disney World...
It's also different.
It's a different one.
I will pull up a picture of that for
Is it
you.
not in the New Orleans quarter of...
I don't know that
Magic Kingdom?
I don't know that there is a New Orleans quarter of Magic Kingdom.
Oh.
I haven't been there, but...
Okay.
Let me see
Interesting.
here. And then, of course, there's also Phantom Manor in Paris.
Does Tokyo have one?
I can't remember if it's Tokyo or Hong Kong, but there is a Mystic Manor, which is like the closest equivalent, but isn't really a Haunted Mansion ride. It's more of like a Society of Adventurers and Explorers, or Explorers and Adventurers Disney characters thing, where it's like a big old mansion for like a, English explorer, colonial England explorer kind of character, and there's a monkey. It's very cute. Watch a ride through. But the Haunted Mansions, I think, like this concept where it is a haunted building, I think there's just the 3.
Well, and, the thing of haunted houses and, spooky stuff is kind of a very Western culture thing, so that makes sense that it wouldn't be in, like, Tokyo or Hong Kong.
There's Disney World.
Oh, that's way different.
More like the one in the movie The Haunted Mansion with Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, yeah.
Shaking my phone at you. Look at the picture, Ian. Big brick mansion.
Yeah, it's way different. It almost looks industrial in a way, but it's in a mansion sort of way. Shut up. Don't look at me like that.
I don't know what the outside of the Paris one looks like. Maybe I should look that up.
Yeah.
Maybe it looks like this. I don't think it is likely to. That'd be a weird design choice. It makes sense if it's like concept art, but is confusing if it's like a third different ride and they just picked one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's closer, actually. It's clearly different, like...
Oh, yeah.
With the 2-tower look in the mansion one, but...
It looks like that part of it.
Yeah.
It almost looks like the Bates house.
Yeah, it's much closer to the Bates house.
It looks like the Bates Motel... Bates house of Bates Motel. Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that was fun when I saw it. Yeah.
One of my favorite things to do with Muppet movies is to look at their IMDb pages, because whoever built the IMDb pages are also fans of the Muppets, because they have the voice actors that they tell you all.
Well, those are the puppet performers.
Yeah, these are the performers and the voice actors. But then as you scroll down, says rest of cast listed alphabetically.
And then it's got the puppets, that are listed in their characters.
Yeah, and it tells you what the character that the Muppet played.
Yep.
And it's just such a... I just love that. I love that so much.
Fozzie Bear as Gauzy the Hatbox Bear. Good old Hatbox Ghost making his appearance.
Oh, yeah.
After all this time. Good for him.
Has he that character, the Hatbox Ghost, has got such a cult following. Will they ever actually add it into the ride?
He's back in the ride. He has been for a few years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where is he?
I haven't been to Disneyland since they added him back in.
Gotcha.
But from what I remember in all of those theme park vlogs that I watch, I believe he's right when you leave the attic. Like on top of the hill.
Gotcha. Okay, so like going down into the cemetery? Okay. Okay. It's such a cool design.
Yeah.
For a ghost.
Yeah.
And I don't know, all the documentaries I've watched on it, like all the YouTube videos
Yeah.
I've watched on it, it just seems like the Imagineers tried so hard to get that thing working and in the ride. And it just wouldn't work.
Yeah. As evidenced by it sitting in a closet for 50 years. Not quite. Almost 50 years.
Yeah. When did Haunted Mansion... Haunted Mansion
opened
came out
just after Walt died.
Yeah. Was that in the 70s?
I think late 60s. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
See, we're so prepared. We're going to do our fact-checking live on mic. Oh, it opened in 69.
Nice.
August 9th, 1969.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ride time 9 minutes. That's a pretty decent length for a ride.
Yeah.
It feels
longer. Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean are
the best.
two of my favorite rides. One, because I usually always go when it's too hot. And it's just...
Sure.
They're just such a wonderful reprieve. And now that Splash Mountain is under renovation...
Has it been closed for renovation already?
I believe so.
Nice.
And I don't know when it's supposed to reopen.
I don't think they've announced a date yet.
Yeah.
That I'm aware of, anyway.
Yeah, I've heard
I have been
slight rumblings of it possibly being late 2022.
Sure.
But I mean, none of it has been from a reputable source. So I don't know. I'm excited for that
Me
rebranding.
too. I just Splash Mountain's fine. It was always fine.
Mm-hmm.
I saw Song of the South when I was a kid. So I even knew the source material and characters, and it was fine. But
I've never actually watched it, but I'd never watched it as a child. I watched it
as an adult.
But Zippity Doodah, my grandpa
Oh, for sure.
always
We had
whistled
a
it.
sing-along tape with that on it.
Yeah.
But Princess and the Frog is great.
Oh yeah.
Visually, they're going to be able to do so many cool magic effects, and the characters are fun, and the music is so good. That ride is going to be so much better.
That's one of the things that I loved about Splash Mountain was the music.
Sure.
And the fact that its replacement, quote unquote, is going to be featuring Southern big band jazz.
Tying Critter Country to New Orleans Square.
It's going to be
where it sits.
Amazing. Because that, Zydeco and big band Southern jazz is just...
So good.
It's fuel for the soul. It's such good music.
Yeah.
And I can't wait.
And it's whoever thought of doing that deserves so many raises, because it's literally the perfect property. That ride sits right on the border of New Orleans Square and Critter Country.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly the perfect transition story for those two areas.
Transition, yeah. I'm honestly, I'm genuinely surprised it took them this long to rebrand it. Because, that ride has been there for a long time for a movie that very few people have seen.
Right.
That is controversial at best.
Right.
Troublesome at best.
Yeah.
And it's just
it's a problem. It's such a problem that Disney will not release it ever again.
Yeah. It's permanently locked in the vault.
So it is a little... I know, it's always been surprising they hadn't replaced that property in the park. And now they have. Yay.
Yeah.
Although, you know what I miss? Country Bear Jamboree.
I never
miss the
watched
Country
that.
Bear Jamboree. I used to have the biggest, roundest Big Al plush.
I don't know. When my family would go to Disneyland, it was a coordinated assault. We planned out our movements, where we went, what we hit, what food vendors were on the way to different things, and we started going when I was 5.
And when I was 5, my brother was 3. So the first few times we went, it was definitely a let's find somewhere quiet to sit now for our damn sanity sort of a thing. And I think that's where Country Bears came in initially, and then I was like, we must go back forever.
Yeah. So Rachel is the luckiest person I know.
Good.
I need her to play the lottery so that I can be a stay-at-home dad. I want to be a soccer dad.
Play the lottery for me also.
Right. She's won. Every time we've gone to the Disneyland is because she's won tickets to it on radio contests and stuff like that. We've never actually paid for tickets. It's still like $1,000 to drive down there, get a hotel or motel or whatever, food, and whatever. It's still an expensive trip, but we've never had to actually pay for tickets to Disneyland.
That's a huge help. They are not cheap.
No, but the first time we went, because my family's always been on the lower economic scale.
Yeah, same.
You know, working for nonprofits.
Right. Teacher and a hairdresser and 2 nonprofit workers.
Exactly.
We come from
very similar
the comfortable bottom of the middle class.
Lower middle class. And so my parents could only usually ever afford a one-day pass for the thing. And then we'd go down for like 3 or 4 days, hit the beach, visit Hollywood, and then have a Disneyland day. And so that's why we were methodical. We wanted to get everything we could out of it. Well, Rachel won a 2-day park hopper pass.
Nice.
And so
that's a lot of money saved.
Yeah. No, it was like $500.
Yep.
It was insane how much those tickets were.
Oh, I know, because I've always bought my Disneyland passes. I mean, to be fair, mostly my parents. I have only bought myself Disneyland a few times.
Right. So, day one, my brain just kicks into
go.
And we hit everything. And God bless Rachel.
Did you go on the high school trips?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Continue.
I mean, that was the same thing. We had, really one day to really do it. But God bless Rachel. She stuck with me the whole time, and she was in it. She was like, "All right, we've got the fast pass for this. It's going to take 45 minutes. We can do this, and that, or this, and just planning it all out." And we finished the night. We're like, "Oh, we have a whole nother day," and we woke up the next day, and our feet hurt so bad that we decided the entire second day, we're just going to casually go around and watch every show.
Oh,
and that was the most fun I have ever had at Disneyland. We hit rides every once in a while when the rides weren't ridiculously long, but we watched the Aladdin show. We watched the mini daytime Phantasmic thing in the the storybook area. We went to Toontown because we completely avoided it the day before. It was just it was so much more fun walking on tender feet, seeing all the little things that you don't always see at Disneyland.
We were more of my parents have always been very, very, very careful with their money. They both also came from less economically gifted backgrounds. And so Disney was our thing. It was the only thing they did for themselves, and it was the only trip we took. We had the good fortune of owning a tent trailer, so we would camp and did Disneyland, and we'd go for 2 or 3 days every year or every other year. And so we were more play it by ear. We didn't do the charge, but we also never went to any shows. We never waited in any autograph lines. It was get into the park. I would insist that we would go to Pirates of the Caribbean first, no matter what. So we would do that. And then just sort of wander around to whatever we wanted to do. Rarely got fast passes. Sometimes we would when they were bigger rides, But we did a lot of the leisurely seeing all of the sights in Disneyland stuff. We knew where to avoid when people started to line up for Phantasmic, so we could go on the rides that were far away from them, and they could see their stupid Dayglow monkeys on boats. I literally have never seen Phantasmic in person.
It's actually kind of cool.
I guess. I would rather be in other parts of the park.
See, that's why you need the multi-day park hopper
Yeah. I mean, we would have those, but
We need to get sponsored by Disney or something. They're doing such a good job. The music for
no.
the music for Fantasmic though is so
I have heard the music.
earwig
Sure.
catchy. Just the
Sure.
and it's like ah, like
Yeah.
literally humming it to myself at night, trying to go to sleep.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, we were just we do 1 or 2 meals in the park. We'd like be the backpack of food people who would sit down on benches and eat our food brought from home. Because damn, the prices of that food in the
it's
parks
so
will kill
ridiculous.
you.
Though I always bring, whenever I go to Disneyland, I always bring about $20 to $30
Sure.
solely for my frozen bananas.
Ah.
Their frozen bananas are the best frozen bananas in the world.
Yeah, we would
And-
usually do.
For a single day, I will drop $20 to $30 solely on. Like, I'll have a dozen and a half frozen bananas by the end of the day.
Dang.
Especially if it's a hot day. Ooh, I'm sucking those down.
We'd usually do Dole Whip while waiting for the Tiki Room.
Mm-hmm.
And then we would usually do one of our meals would be the Gibson Girl Ice Cream Parlor. Just get obscene amounts of ice cream as one of our meals.
I mean, you got to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, we didn't do too much food in the parks.
Mm-hmm. Well, and
We did like Blue Bayou once, and like
Well, that's expensive.
yes, it was like God. It was one of the big trips. I don't remember if it was like a graduation or like a big, it was some sort of celebration. And we were like, we did Blue Bayou, big deal, very fancy.
No joke.
To be fair, very fancy, out of my budget.
We had on our second day when we were hurting,
Yeah.
we made it up to Toontown. And we literally just sat outside of Goofy's house with corn dogs and pizza.
Nice.
And it was amazing.
Nice.
It was just like,
Yeah.
I feel like a kid and this is great. Oh, man. Disneyland's great.
I want to go to Disneyland. I want to go to Disneyland when it's fully open again.
Yeah. Yeah. Though apparently when it first reopened was the best
I've heard,
time ever.
heard that it was pretty chill for a while there.
Yeah, when it was at quarter capacity max and the longest lines were 15-20 minutes max.
No.
But
Too bad my soul and wallet were dead at that point. Because we were some of the very few people in the world who would have been allowed in as California residents.
yeah.
Wah wah.
Womp womp. Oh well.
Someday.
If only our souls weren't slowly being sucked out
Just
of
liquefied.
from our... Oh man. Anyways, Muppets.
I love the Muppets, man. So ridiculous.
I appreciate the self-awareness
Sure.
of it, and I appreciated that it wasn't put behind a paywall
Yeah.
because I would
An
have paid
additional
for it.
paywall.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
it is behind a paywall.
Correct.
Is there a free trial of Disney Plus available? Do you know?
I don't know. Let me check real quick. Live fact checking.
Live fact checked with Ian and Lorian.
Yes, there is a free 30-day
30-day free trial. That's not
free
bad.
trial. No, not bad at all.
So, if y'all want to watch this, get a free trial. If you've already got one, Google accounts are free. Make a new email. Get another free trial.
Exactly.
Y'all could watch this for free. It's not hard to game the system, even doing it legally.
Exactly.
So do that. I have a Disney Plus account because I like a bunch of the stuff on there. But if you don't want one, don't make one. Just get a free trial. Get a free trial. Cancel it that same day. It will keep going the 30 days, and then it won't recharge you.
Well, and as evil as Disney is, which they are very evil when it comes to this kind of stuff.
This is a good way to get that sponsorship you wanted.
I mean, they are great. They are wonderful. especially if they pay our bills.
It's fine. It's fine. It's been too long. We've said other things.
We-
Disney is very evil.
Pretty sure every Disney movie that comes out on their streaming service, I have a rant about. But like, they're quite generous with the amount of profiles you can have on it. So
Yeah,
get together
they are.
with some friends.
Like I am on my brother's account. And
Yeah, I
there's-
think you can have up to 5 accounts, like
think you
5
can have
profiles.
6.
6, yeah. It's a ridiculous amount. It's more than I think Netflix allows. I think Netflix only allows 4. Possibly. I don't know. It's been a while since I've checked that. But like, get together with some friends and you can have profiles with it. Streaming services, though there are a bunch of them around now, which is annoying, and my dog is choking.
Please don't choke.
Don't die. It's all the
There you
garbage.
go. Stop eating crap off the floor.
Yeah. Okay, you're fine. But like, I don't know. It's so easy to share. I mean, they say don't share accounts or passwords, but they make it so easy for you to do that you can share.
I mean, the limitation is you have a credit card associated with the account. Only share to people who you trust not to make insane choices on your money.
Exactly. don't give the login details to your friend who's going to, activate every single premium release.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it's not that hard to get a free subscription, and
Nope. Get that free trial. Watch Muppets Haunted Mansion.
it's so worth it. It's so good.
It's spooky season, and this is it. Do the spooky thing.
Okay. do we
Also,
wanna
Will
talk-
Arnett.
Oh
Just-
yeah, it's Will Arnett. That should be a selling point in of itself. It's Will Arnett.
Yeah.
He's just so great, and he chews the scenery
Yeah,
in this.
which
He's
is what
so
the Muppets
good.
need.
It's so
The
good.
Muppets need they need their human actors to be more puppet-like than the puppets. That is the
Exactly.
formula of Muppet success.
Yeah. The only person who's ever not done that was Michael Caine. And that was because
Right.
he went full Shakespearean on them.
Which also
Which
was
worked
necessary.
perfectly. You have to go extreme.
You have to go extreme one way or the other.
one way or the other.
Traditionally, like show style, special style, it's being more puppet-like.
Exactly. So good.
Treasure Island and Christmas Carol go hard on the human acting.
Michael Caine and that, and
Oh no! Hey! Stop.
why am I blanking? Oh my gosh. He plays. What's his name? Oh my god. He's in Rocky Horror Picture Show. He's It in the original TV series, TV movie. He's the butler from Home Alone, Lost in New York,
And Clue.
and Clue. Why can't I remember his name? Help me!
I'm not going to help you. This is too much fun.
Why? I can see his face. I know every movie he's ever been in. Why can't I remember his name? Oh my god. I need to Google it.
Why didn't you just go to one of the movies you had mentioned IMDb?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh my god. Tim Curry! Why? Why couldn't I remember his name?
I don't know, man.
Oh my god.
It is like Monday.
Yeah.
Tired
Mondays
brain.
suck. I also think I accidentally bumped the volume, and so I probably blasted out everyone's ears yelling Tim
Screamed
Curry. So,
That's probably fine. Sorry if your ears are broken.
all right. Now that I've had my mental breakdown trying to remember Tim Curry, the great Tim Curry's name. God. what movie are we watching next?
What a transition. It doesn't have Tim Curry in it.
What a saving.
I'll tell you that. It does have a hell of a lot of other people in it.
And I'm so excited for it.
It's Dune. And
Dune.
I think we may have a guest host.
We may.
That I haven't told you I invited.
Who?
Jacob.
Hey!
He's been
He's
here
our resident
before.
Dune expert.
Yes,
He's read the books.
it's true.
I got about one chapter in on my audiobook and realized that it is too...
Became overwhelmed by the dauntless task ahead.
Well, if I listened to it regularly, it would make sense. But I only listen to my books really on my commutes to and from work.
Sure.
And so getting into the mindset of work and being philosophically and spiritually tested while listening, it's like,
Not a good setup.
this is... I need a cup of coffee just to start listening to this before even work. Ugh. But I am excited for it.
Yes.
The cast looks phenomenal and massive. Like,
Yep.
there are so many amazing names, and it just looks great. And I can't wait. It's going to be
Same.
Same. Sorry.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm
Just being a psycho.
playing tug of war with my dog right now. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's so strong. Anyways,
Monster dog.
I think this is a good time to thank our patrons. Jenny, Jake, Pam, and Graham.
Jenny, Jake, Pam, and Graham.
You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. If you'd like to support us on Patreon, you can visit us at patreon.com/casualcinephilia. And with that, this has been another episode of Casual Cinephilia. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.